I can see her lying back in her satin dress, in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs.
Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Not a homebrew, but this is pretty cool. It's called Vibrissa. Not, what is it? More than just another numbered hop with a experimental hop. HBC538, I think that's what it's called. Vibrissa. Had one of these yesterday, so I know it's pretty good. And it's West Coast, which makes me happy. Very clear. So last time I brewed with an experimental hop, it was HBC438, which ended up being Ron Mexico, which is now Sabro. So yeah, look at that. Isn't that a beauty? Isn't that a beauty? Yeah. So cheers. It's very good. So, man, where do I start? So last week I was in London. I'll put some pictures up. I don't think I have any video. I might have some video. If I have some video, I'll throw some video up. I'll have to look at my phone. But yeah, I was in London for it. Anyway, I was in London for a work conference, a couple of conferences actually, and it was a blast. You know, I've missed traveling because of all this COVID stuff. What I wasn't really thrilled about was I had to get a swab up my nose 3 times. You know, once 72 hours before I flew, another once I hit the ground, and then another one 2 days later. So that was kind of a pain in the nose. But and one of them they had to swab my, my tonsils or something. So anyway, we did that, and it was like, man, almost died on the plane ride coming in. I'll put up a quick picture of what, those little maps that shows your plane, when you're going to your destination, especially on international flights. It was crazy. So it looked like a pretzel. We almost touched down on the tarmac. This would have been on last Sunday, or the Sunday before last. Not last Sunday, the Sunday before last. It was a week ago. And right before, we were coming through some weather, and the plane was like, it felt like we were just barreling towards the ground at like 500 miles an hour. And in the last minute, right before we touched the ground, the pilot, because the plane was just doing all this number, coming right to the ground, and so he gunned it, and we like swung up. I thought the wing was going to touch the ground. And then he said, sorry about that. We just come around and give it another go. Which I was not wanting to hear because I'm not a big fan of plane rides anymore these days. So he punched it, we went around, and we just like looped all around. It looked like a big pretzel, so I'll put that video, or that picture up. So anyway, we landed, and yeah, so it was a lot of good food, a lot of good pubs. Had my favorite Doombar Ale. I don't know why Doombar Ale is my favorite. I know it's probably not the most fancy beer over in London, but on a cask, it's really nice. And I had a whole bunch of Samuel Smiths on cask ales at this place called Chando's, and we went to this pub called Sherlock Holmes. We went to my favorite, the Grazing Goat. I might put pictures up as I talk about all these, but anyway, there was a stabbing outside our hotel, which is kind of disconcerting. But yeah, we walked all over the place, and so anyway, great week. We did this one reception event up at this really tall place called the Sky Club, or the Sky something, and it had this really gorgeous night view overlooking the city of London. The lights and everything, so that was cool. And I had a Heineken out of the bottle, and it tastes so much better than the Heineken we get in the bottles here in America. It was actually really, really good. So anyway, so I got back from that, and then SJ Poor came to visit, he and Mary, and we went to the Day at the Park, or the beer festival. We had done it a couple of years ago, but it was in the spring, late spring. This time it was in November. It was a gorgeous day. So I'll put some of that up. I don't know if I have any video, but I definitely have some pictures. So, you know, Mary and SJ stayed with us, me and my wife and my daughter, I guess. And you know, we just had a wonderful time. And then they stayed. You know, we went. You know, they came in the morning of Saturday, which was the festival, just past Saturday, and then we did the festival for the first, you know, part of the festival, which was the noon to 3 period. And then we came back home, just put on some comfort food and had the fire going and just kind of relaxed. It was just really nice. And then I cooked, actually we didn't get the fire going until the next morning. First fireplace of the season, which is cool. And cooked some eggs and bacon and sent them off. And SJ brought down bottles of wine, like a Sangiovese, I don't know how you pronounce it. There was a Merlot, I think. We drank that the first night. My wife cracked into the Sangiovese last night. There's a couple of bottles of port wine. I can't wait to get into that. So maybe I'll crack into those for Thanksgiving. And so, yeah, so it's just been busy. And I started right into work. I'm kind of glad tomorrow's Veterans Day. So if you see a veteran, thank them for all of his or her hard work. And service and sacrifice. I'm very proud to be a veteran. It's one of my, I think, most, you know, proudest achievements of my life, besides having 2 great kids and an awesome wife. Yeah, thank them for what they do, and you know, thank you if you're a veteran and you're watching this. You know, thanks for your service. And so anyway, I take the day off, and it's going to be a chance for me to kind of relax, put my feet up, and you know, I've just been going nonstop. Like, it's like one thing after another, you know, work, some fun on the weekend, and then work. And so now it'll be like my first break coming up. So looking forward to next weekend. I think I'm going to do a brew day. I picked up some brewing supplies, and it's weird. My wife actually said, hey, you need anything at the homebrew store? I'm like, I had to go pick up my daughter's cleats and a new water bottle for her Frisbee. So it's near the homebrew store where Heather had it delivered. So anyway, I went and picked up some brewing ingredients for an Irish Red. So I'll brew Remorseful Leprechaun. Probably, I might do it tomorrow, although I think I'm just going to relax tomorrow. If not, I'll do it this weekend. So anyway, that's my update. I imagine with some of the pictures I throw in there, I'll get to around, I don't know, 8 or 9 minutes. Anyway, have yourself a happy homebrew. Man, I'm missing all that beer in London. And have a very, very real ales. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers. Got some new darts, so I'm going to have to go play some darts now. Cheers.